Neat.
Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and I like all things modular, and today we're going to be making the Twinshock a little more modular, obviously by adding a stock attachment point, and possibly doing something to the pump grip, because I don't like the pistol-style pump grip. I prefer either a flat or an angled one. I may try to just put rail on it, like Picatinny rail, so that I can put whatever I want on it, but... and someday I'd love to 3D print one. But for now, we're just going to definitely put the stock attachment point and tinker with this and see where we go. If you hear any strange noises in the background, that's my friend Ryan having his wicked, wicked way with a Centurion. What are you doing?
Trying to take it apart at the moment.
And then what are you going to do with it?
Slap it on a demolisher.
Cool. Alright, let's do this then. We've got one of the Gen 1 Artemis stock attachment parts from Out of Darts. He got rid of all his Gen 1s when he came out with the Gen 2, so I ended up with a pile of them, which is why I'm able to put stock attachment points on everything. Let's do this. Alright, step 1 is achieved. It does now have a stock attachment point. It is just screwed on there, 2 screws up here, and then I drilled some holes in the back so I could set some screws down further, and it is well and thoroughly attached. I have put the Recon Mark II stock on there. As anything longer than that, and it's uncomfortably long because of this extra space here. Normally the stock would attach right above your hand, but we've got all of this extra stuff. But right there, it's very comfortable for the length of the prime. If you go any longer, you're going to have trouble reaching the priming handle. But, as I suspected, the Recon Mark II stock looks a little spindly on it, and I'm thinking of ways that I could beef it up. I've considered just adding a Recon priming handle as a shroud to make it look a little less flimsy. I could go through my shell, but I don't have nearly as many random shells anymore that I used to. I'd love to get something that held mega darts. If you have any thoughts, put them in the comment section. We'll see what we come up with. I'll probably end up having to custom build a stock for this, maybe 3D print something, but I'd love to have one that held 10 mega darts. So maybe if I custom built it so it had dart holders that you push darts down in from the top, I could make that thicker and heavier, and it might work. Ryan recommended the modular storage stock. I don't know if that'll hold mega darts, but if it did, that painted up would probably work pretty good. Alright, one part down. Let's take a look at this priming handle. Alright, well, I took the slide from a dead Cyclone Shock and cut it improperly, so I had to take the slide from a good Cyclone Shock, which will need to get replaced at some point. But I really like it. One, it's the right red. It even matches. I wouldn't even have to paint it. And I definitely like the feel of that much, much better, and I definitely like the look of that much better. So now it comes down to designing a stock, and my friend Ryan here came up with a great idea that I am going to attempt to implement now, but it's going to involve some 3D printing, so you're going to have to wait. This is a 3D printed part, a modified 3D printed part, that was made by Kenweeks. It was the original creator, and it was supposed to be a 2x5 holder that then also had pegboard clips, so you could hook it on a pegboard and have a 10 dart holder for your pegboard for mega darts, which is fascinating. I modified it, sliced it when I went to slice it for my printers, so that it's just the 1x5 that's slightly flat on one side, so I could then easily glue it on to either side of this stock. It holds standard mega darts beautifully. The Litec ones are, of course, just a little bit loose. If you try really hard, you can shake some of them loose, but you're probably not going to have your blaster upside down that often, so I'm not worried about them falling out. Anyway, yeah, works beautifully. It is unfortunately late at night, so I can't do chronos or range tests. Well, forget all of that. nonsense, I decided to hold off on uploading this until I could actually do a firing demonstration, so let's go do a firing demonstration! Alright, starting off with Nerf Mega Darts. Now the Litake Suction Cup Mega Darts. Now the range test, starting with double Nerf Mega. And now double Litake Sticky. Let's go have a look. So the shortest ones are coming in here at 38. Those are the last rounds in the bottom of the ARs. The first Litake ones are coming in at 43. There's a much larger grouping here. We've then got some coming in here at 55, coming in at around 60, and the farthest ones are coming in, I think, all the way up here at 80. But they're way off on the sides because that's what happens to Mega Darts at high velocities, the Nerf ones anyways. They become very erratic, whereas all of the Litake ones are right there in a row. So, let's go recap. Well, there you have it. The number has actually kind of impressed me. The top ARs are getting 100 FPS and 90 FPS in both ammo. The FPS is about the same for both ammo types. And as you progress down the AR, the FPS gets worse and worse and worse because it's much more inefficient. It's got to come around a corner. It's it's still got some leakage from the previous ARs. And so, yeah, you're starting out at 100 and getting down as low as 40 towards the end, more closer to 60 usually. And the ranges were also about the same for both ammo type, honestly. The Nerf darts actually were getting further range, and that's probably because they are getting a better seal in the barrel. But as per usual, they get really erratic at those high velocities. So at 100 FPS, the darts go either direction, they veer off, you're never going to hit anything. So yeah, you've got range, but you've got no accuracy, so it doesn't do you any good. Whereas the Litake darts are consistent right down the middle every shot, which is beautiful. Just need to figure out how to get a slightly better seal. A number of people have given me links and sources to various barrel materials. Somebody actually did have a link to 3/4 inch brass, which I'm definitely going to have to try to order and try that in here. I obviously can't do the whole barrel, but I would probably do maybe half the barrel to at least get a better seal consistently. So yeah, with the dart holder, the Litake darts do fall out if you hold it upside down. Sometimes if you twist them, you can get them to kind of engage a little bit better at certain angles, but for the most part, they're just a little bit too loose. Whoever designed this, it was exactly at the tolerance for Mega Darts. That's very impressive. Kenweeks, I think it was. I hope. I have the information somewhere. It'll be down in the description where you can get these. Another neat aspect I discovered from those dart holders, because they hold exactly the right number of darts, you can almost use it like a speed loader, because you can grab all 5 darts at once and load them all in at once. It's a little bit harder on the far barrel, but you can still get them to all line up and load them all in there just by pulling them out of that dart holder. So that is pretty neat. I did also see one on Thingiverse that attaches to the rail and puts dart holders down either side. And there's 2 sections of tack rail in this, so you could get another 4 sets of 5, so 2 full additional loadouts. all attached to the blaster. I don't know how far down it went. I think it would still fit. Yeah, it should still not interfere with this, so I may go ahead and print out a pair of those to put on here if I'm actually going to run this in a war, just so I have even more dart storage on the blaster. I'll also obviously have a dump pouch full of darts, but yeah, there you have it. I absolutely love how this came out. I'm definitely going to run this in a war. I definitely like having this removed, because at that point I actually could make a back holster for this. It would be an enormous back holster. But I could then do it and then be able to have a good mega blaster, multiple shot mega blaster for something like an HVZ where some zombies take megas. And I'd be able to unload furious amounts of mega ammo out of this thing in a big old hurry. So, there you have it. I love how this thing came out. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, complaints, go ahead and put those in the comment section below. If there are other blasters that I still haven't done chrono tests for, that you guys are just dying to find out how fast they shoot, go ahead and put that down in the description, and possibly tomorrow, if the weather holds, I'll do a video just of chronoing everything I've yet to ever chrono. So there you have it, down in the comments, and thank you guys for watching.